I'm finally starting a freaking podcast. Finally, oh my gosh. And no, I have not thought up all the details of what this is about, how this is going to turn out, because I feel like I just get so fucking trapped in that planning part of it. And I'm just at this point where I'm ready to freaking start and we're going to do something with it. I feel like every single episode is just going to be my thoughts laid out. This is going to be more like journaling out loud, if you will. But, anyways, my name is Ari. I go by Ari Lou. I'm a multi passionate creative who is constantly questioning the point. What's the purpose? What's the meaning behind all this? How did we get here? I have been living within my own perfectionist paralysis. And this has been the first couple weeks I've taken off from doing content creation since I started my TikTok account back in November of 2022. First off, I took a break because I just was like, what am I doing? What am I pursuing? How can I narrow this down? How can I brand myself? How can I have more of a message? How can I just make myself more clear? How can I choose one thing and create from that? And so I've just been spending the last couple of weeks branding myself or trying to learn about branding, trying to learn how to narrow down and not necessarily take away any of my story, but take my story, which has all this stuff everywhere, and kind of just dialing it in into one clean, concise message and have it have a main message, a main point, a main purpose. Who do I want to show up as? What do I want to say? What impact do I want to make on this world? What business do I want to create? What brand do I want my brand to be so I can build businesses off of that? Every time I'd choose something and I'd build my brand around that, I'd wake up and I'd want to do something else. And then I'd want to rebrand around that. And I get stuck in the planning. One of my best skills, one of my strongest strengths, I'm very organized. I'm very good at planning. I'm very good at managing projects. I'm very good at putting things in orders, creating to-do lists, job site management, that kind of stuff. I'm really good at that. But then once I create something, it's actually implementing it, starting it, implementing it, and then staying consistent without getting burnt out and questioning a different 180, doing something completely different, talking about something completely different, creating completely different kind of content. I have been wanting to not only get back into my content creation, but one of the bigger projects I have been wanting to do for myself for a really fucking long time is start a freaking podcast. Because one of my favorite parts of my daily routine is actually doing these video journals where I can talk to myself, I can hang out with myself, and I can really just like release, get things out, reflect, really reflect. Take the time to comprehend what the fuck is going on in this life, right? Because if we're always on go, 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 go mode, we don't take the time to stop and like, what did we just experience? How was that for us? What were we feeling? What did we learn? How could we move forward with further intention from every single day? And this is such an epic part of that for me, not only reflecting, but also in a way getting to know myself. I'm a very quiet person. I always thought I was terrible with words and I didn't know how to speak. And when I set up a camera and I start speaking to myself, it's like all of a sudden, it's not a big deal. Doing this every day really does help with my social anxiety too, because, oh my God, I have been struggling lately. And I just want to use that energy and just alchemize it into a project, alchemize it into something where I'm creating without bounds. There are no rules. When we look up online how to start a podcast or how to find a niche, how to create content, how to come up with ideas, what to talk about, blah, 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 blah. People are coming up with these strategies and these methods. And yes, it worked for them, but at the end of the day, there are no fucking rules to creating anything. And if you truly want to create intuitively, let go of what you should be doing. Let go of what everybody else is doing and what everybody says you should be doing and how you're going to become successful if you do this. It doesn't fucking matter because everybody is here to create from their own perspective, authentically and intuitively. And sometimes that means not having a plan. Sometimes that means not having a plan, but being inspired through every moment, being so tuned in every present moment to where when that inspiration hits, when that idea hits, you don't just go, oh, that's $1 million idea for someone else. You write it down. You get to action. You start doing research. What would it take to do this? And then you start creating. Society has so many freaking rules. Expanding beyond just social media, content creation, podcasting, and all the rules and methods for how you should be doing things, how much you should be posting, what you should be talking about, how you should be niching down, how you should be branding yourself, what trends to be following, what hashtags to be using, what audience member to be talking to. let's let's expand real quick. Society has so many fucking rules. Who created these rules? Like, who the fuck wrote these rules? Because last I checked, society's rules were not created for humanity to thrive at all. I question those rules quite often, and I just remind myself that, you know, there technically aren't really rules to life. And I strive each and every day to live an alternative lifestyle and not just like do it because it's alternative and because it's out of the box, but just doing things because I genuinely want to do them. And I genuinely want to experience those experiences and live the way I want to live, which ends up being an alternative lifestyle because the shit I want to do and the way I want to live and the things that matter to me are like literally nothing society has to offer and nothing that society tells us we should be worrying about and keeping our top priorities. So I have to remind myself that, like, as I'm moving through my life, constantly freaking out that, like, I never know what the fuck I'm doing because I can never make a goddamn decision. I can never choose one thing and stick with it, but I'm doing it in my own way. And the things I do bring me so much fucking joy. Like, all these internal conflicts that I have within me are not even my own internal conflicts. It's a conflict that I have of this expectation and view and perspective that I would have from like an outside perspective. So I'm like constantly battling what I want to do with like the opinion or what I believe the opinion of the outside world has on me, which is all fear based. I have to remember there's no fucking guidebook. I don't have to live the life everybody else tells me that I should be living. Live how you want to fucking live. Everybody's different. Everybody has something different to offer. And we all want different things. And that's freaking beautiful. At the end of the day, I just need to have faith not only that the universe is working in my favor, in that there is no such thing as failure, only learning lessons and redirection. And there is no such thing as having it all figured out. Everyone puts on this facade. And maybe that's why I struggle so much in society. And I have so much anxiety, specifically social anxiety, going out in the world, having to put on my mask, having to do the small talk, and having to witness in front of my eyes everybody else's mask. It's like, am I the only one seeing all these masks? This is fucking exhausting. Can we just be real? Life is hard. Nobody has it figured out. The point is to learn along the way. Stop taking yourself so fucking seriously. I'm talking to myself. I'm not trying to be harsh. But yeah, stop taking yourself so fucking seriously. Have more grace for yourself, more understanding and forgiveness. Learn to enjoy the process. Learn to enjoy the mundane. Learn to enjoy the dips. And so once you learn that the chaos is inevitable, the chaos will no longer stress you out. Now, I'm not saying I'm a master of that at all. I get overwhelmed in chaos so freaking much. But that is one thing that I am actively working on, is becoming the calm amongst the chaos, being the eye in the storm, learning how to enjoy the learning lessons, enjoy the experience no matter the experience. Because good or bad is just an opinion. At the end of the day, they're all just experiences, and it's up to us to extract and take out of that experience what we need to further progress on this yellow brick road. We don't know where it's going, but we know it's going to take us there someday. It's inevitable. Someday, something's going to stick. Someday, your trial and error period will get to the point where it clicks. And when it clicks, you're going to look back and it's all going to make sense. Every single part of it. So enjoy it. That's all we got today, folks. Ari Lou, signing out.